Hello and welcome back to Top Geek. Sorry, one sec. There we go. Hi, I'm Sean Reimer. I don't rhyme, and Doctor Who. I'm gonna spoil it. Doctor Who is back, and I am so excited for this 60th anniversary. I've been a Doctor Who fan for over a decade now, and I was actually on YouTube when the 50th anniversary came out. So it's really interesting to look back and think, oh my god, it has been 10 years since that. So I went from wanting to be Matt Smith to wanting to be David Tennant, which is fitting considering he's back as the Doctor. I'm not really sure how regeneration works anymore. If there's one thing that Doctor Who has taught us over the past 10 years, since David Tennant left the TARDIS and since the 50th anniversary, regeneration makes no goddamn sense. It's been an interesting 10 years being a Whovian. I got to see, obviously, the 50th, got to see my first proper regeneration in Matt Smith turning into Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi, by the way, absolutely fantastic Doctor and a fantastic person. Got a chance to meet him at the Comic Expo. I got a sense, though, Moffat's episodes were very inconsistent. He'd turn out something legitimately really good, something like Heaven Sent, and then the following episode would be Hellbent, which would, spoiler, be hell to sit through.
Why don't you just die?
But I did find some enjoyment out of those episodes, especially Series 10. I really liked Series 10. Sue me, I liked Series 10. And then Jodie. I really don't think it's Jodie's fault for what happened. I think her Doctor has quite a lot of brilliance drowned out by Chibnall.
It could have been a lot better. It could have been slightly better written.
Doctor Who has always been progressive, but there needs to be something else to it, and that's what I've noticed too with things like Star Trek and Star Wars. I'm all for having those messages, all for having that progress, and I guess the same thing with the MCU, or what's left of it. We need to tell a story first and foremost, and I feel like everyone is forgetting that for jamming down some kind of a political message. And I'm pleased to report that, yes, that progressive message is still very visible in Doctor Who with the 60th anniversary, but my god, the plot is awesome. I just spit into the microphone. That's how passionate I am about it. I've written down a few little thoughts. I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible because I want you guys to watch it. If you have not watched Doctor Who, honestly, like I have for the past few years, please watch it. It is phenomenal to have Russell T Davies back, to have David Tennant back for a little bit, to have Catherine Tate back for a little bit. A lot of people are really skeptical about sort of this nostalgia trip that the show is on with, obviously, Tennant and Catherine Tate. 14th Doctor is kind of like just the 10th Doctor Part 2. I would have liked if the 14th Doctor had, like, a few, like, behavioral changes. He still says Alone Z. Obviously, there's the change in costume, but same mannerisms, which, you know, I'm not complaining. David Tennant nails this. How Tom Baker was for the classic generation of Doctor Who, David Tennant is for the modern generation. No real complaints, just an observation in the 14th Doctor. First off, the show looks amazing. Like, you can really tell it's got that Disney budget. You can really tell who's been sacrificed to Disney at this point. I gotta say thank you to my dad for letting me use his Disney Plus subscription because I have way too many of those things. Can we just stop with the goddamn streaming services? I'm getting so sick of it. CGI and whatnot, the HDR, the resolution. It's great to see David Tennant's Doctor doing things in 4K without the weird Vaseline filter that was plaguing Doctor Who until, like, Series 4. The title sequence. the title sequence. For those who don't know, I'm obsessed with Doctor Who title sequences, and I'm just gonna say it, this one is the best one I have ever seen. Title sequences have had little glimpses of brilliance. I loved Matt Smith's Thunder and Lightning Vortex. I love Peter Capaldi's sort of time-inspired motif that was borrowed and inspired a lot from a fan named David Hanshaw, Daniel Hanshaw, one of those two. I love his intro. Hey, future Sean here, editing this. It's Billy Hanshaw. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I need to go to bed. And then John Smith on YouTube, another YouTuber, used his Element 3D Cinema 4D type stuff to create Jodie Whittaker's title sequence. This one has the energy that I love from Series 1 to Series 4 when it came to that title sequence. Murray Gold's back? Murray Gold is back! Something about his themes. He is just an absolute Doctor Who maestro, and this new theme, I hear a little bit of Danny Elfman in there. I remember there's this theme that Danny Elfman did for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory back in 2005 for Tim Burton, and it had that sort of breathing type track going on. And some people are really weirded out by that sort of thing. I feel like it really propels the theme forward. And I love the little orchestral bits. The sequence itself is beautifully animated. I love that little glow coming from the TARDIS when it hits the vortex. Something interesting for this title sequence, it actually uses multiple shots. Title sequences up until this point have been kind of one continuous shot, which is admirable. I feel like being able to kind of cut the camera to different segments of the sequence, it really leads to a lot more creative possibilities. Like, I love how it leads into the names and then the TARDIS just spinning from one galactic side of the vortex to another, like that, and then you got the camera zooms, the logo looks amazing. Lexa keeps making fun of it, calling it the Paw Patrol intro, but for the record, Doctor Who had this logo first, and I love it. So Lexa, fantastic intro. I love it. I love the little bits of inspiration from Series 4, and that's the general theme I can say for this special. It leans into nostalgia a lot with the characters as well and their interactions, which because of RTD, very, very quick, very, very funny. The actors have amazing chemistry. It leans into the nostalgia without being absolutely consumed by it and wanting to feed you nostalgia. It's still creating new things. It's still properly regenerating and laying down a foundation for the 15th Doctor, for the new generation coming up, which I think is the perfect way to sum this up. A lot of people are bugged by the nostalgia of it, but I think it's needed. I think after Doctor Who kind of struggling for a while, I think it needs that reset. And I'm glad they didn't go full, like, reboot into it. I'm glad that they sort of took that chance to reset to something familiar, at least temporarily, for a few episodes for a special to celebrate the anniversary, get the show back on track, and then go into the 15th Doctor. So I'm really happy by this. I'm going to do another one of these videos for the next 2 specials to come out, or the next 4, because I think we're expecting a regeneration after the 3rd special, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to everything. I have not been this excited about Doctor Who in such a long time, and I'm so glad it's back. Thank you so much, Russell T Davies, David Tennant, Catherine Tate, everyone involved in this, for bringing something back that has been missing from my life for a long time. Something that has inspired me to grow into the person that I am, with the weird David Tennant mullet haircut hybrid thing. Welcome back, Doctor Who. I missed you. I'm Sean Reimer. I don't rhyme. Thank you very much for watching.